This is a 21-day journey covering 3 of Europe's great rivers. From the flight overseas to the daily port tours, everything is handled by Emerald Waterways. Cleaned every evening, the room includes a daily itinerary update. With spacious air-conditioned rooms, they can enjoy their romantic trip. Its high-tech windows drops down, allowing fresh air in and a totally unobstructed view. With so many excursions, the rooms always gets replenished with water. These headsets allow someone to listen to a guided walk and still able to stop and take scenic photos. Meals are all-inclusive, starting with a breakfast where the eggs are prepared to order. Lunches are also buffet style and include unlimited free wine, beer, and pop. During the 4-course dinners, one's glass is never allowed to empty. The wine changes daily, highlighting the vineyards sailing through. The Horizon Lounge has nightly entertainment, and it is always still full past 10 p.m. Here, one can also find this all-day free coffee cappuccino latte machine, which produces amazing Java. A highlight is definitely the sternship heated pool, where one can swim to a panoramic view. Every few days, the guests can sit down for a movie on the big screen. A mixture of present blockbusters and old classics, they are enjoyed with this complimentary large container of popcorn. Another nice part of the ship is this front terrace, which offers a commanding view. The top of the ship is called the sun deck, which offers total panoramic views. On occasions, barbecues are served here under sunny skies. In the wellness room, one can get an hour-long massage with aromatherapy oils. Finally, there's the fitness room for the exercise devotees. The tour director personally meets every passenger at the Paris airport. They're brought to the Crown Plaza Hotel, where they'll join together that evening for drinks. After breakfast, it's a bus tour through Paris, seeing such sights as the Notre Dame Cathedral, the Champs-Élysées Arc de Triomphe, and the Place de la Concorde obelisk. The tour is followed by a Seine River cruise that finishes at the Eiffel Tower. Left on their own that afternoon, passengers can take a ride on the Jardin de Théorie Ferris wheel, walk around the Louvre, and visit Sainte-Chapelle. This is a view from inside the chapel. Finally, one should take an evening stroll along Rue de la Huchette. It's on the bus for Holland's capital, Amsterdam, to embark on our Emerald ship. The day begins with a canal tour in a glass-covered boat, followed by a walking tour of the city landmarks. That afternoon, the ship departs, passing through a Dutch countryside of locks and dikes. Passengers wake up to Cologne, Germany, and its UNESCO-listed cathedral. Beginning the day with a tour of the old town, they are left to freely explore on their own that afternoon. This could be the best part of the entire trip, the UNESCO World Heritage Upper Middle Rhine Valley Gorge. The scenic stretch of this river is known for its castles and vineyards. That afternoon, the ship docks in Rudolph, where a cable car takes the passengers up to the Germania Monument, which was built in the 1870s to commemorate the unification of Germany. From here, the view of the Rhine River down below is quite scenic. The rest of the day is left to self-touring. Entering the main river, that evening, the ship soon passes the city of Frankfurt. After breakfast, the guests are treated to an onboard glass-blowing demonstration, which is followed by an afternoon tour of Miltenberg. With their free time, the guests must surely walk up to the castle, which offers this amazing view. The passengers wake up in Würzburg and a tour of the UNESCO-listed bishop's residence. That afternoon, a bus brings them to Rothenburg, Germany's best preserved medieval town. Make sure to go up the City Hall Tower for this amazing view. In the morning, the ship begins its 2.5-day trip through the main Danube Canal. In the afternoon, it's a walking tour of Bamberg, which contains Europe's largest preserved old quarter. After seeing this UNESCO-listed medieval center, it's off to the Ambrosianum Brewery for a traditional Rachbirn beer. This morning starts with a walking tour of Nuremberg's old town, which includes its 900-year-old ramparts, its imperial castle, and the Justice Palace, where the post-World War II Nazis were trialed. The afternoon is left to one's own touring. The ship finishes the last canal section before entering the Danube River. After lunch, it starts for a tour of the UNESCO-listed Regensburg, which includes the Old Merchants' Quarter and the Old Town Hall. Then, the passengers are left to walk around on their own. That evening, a Bavarian band plays in the ship's lounge. Passengers get to see the stunning view before the ship ties up in Passau. Then, it's a bus ride to the UNESCO town of Kresy Krumlov, located in the Czech Republic. Entering Austria, the day begins with a tour of the 900-year-old Melk Abbey. This is the view of the Melt Village from the Abbey. The ship then sails through the UNESCO-listed Wakao Valley. To highlight the gorgeous view, a complimentary glass of wine is handed out. Here, the ship visits the charming village of Dernstein with its lovely abbey. Today, the ship visits Austria's capital, Vienna. Tour highlights include the Hofburg Palace, the Town Hall, the Bird Theatre, St. Stephen's Cathedral, and its famous Opera House. Passengers are then free to explore on their own. One must surely visit the UNESCO-listed Spanish Riding School and climb the Cathedral Tower for this amazing view. That evening, it's a private Vienna Imperial Orchestra concert. Passengers wake up to their fish tied in the historic center of Slovenia's capital, Bratislava. The day begins with another guided tour. The tour ends with the castle. That afternoon, it's off to a nearby village for a visit with a traditional Slovenian family. The ship is now docked at Hungary's capital, Budapest. The morning tour includes the Royal Palace of Buda, the Matthias Church, and the Fisherman's Bastion. During the afternoon free time, one must surely visit the historic Széchenyi Spa Baths. After dinner, a Hungarian string quartet joins the ship. This is followed by a very scenic Danube river cruise. It's a bus ride to the Czech capital Prague, which is known as the City of 100 Spires. Guests stay at the Phoenix Hotel. In the morning, it's a walking tour of historic landmarks like the Old Town Square, Charles Bridge, the Mozart's Theater, the Little Square, and the astronomical clock. A bus then brings the guests up the hill for a tour of Prague Castle. Here, one gets amazing views. It's the last dinner together with partying at a local Czech pub. Some sights to see on the last day: the Spanish synagogue, the Strahov Monastery, St. James Church, St. Nicholas Church, and a visit to the Letna Beer Garden with its commanding view of the city. After breakfast, Emerald Waterways personally brings their guests to the airport.